So we are at week number 4 already. So I have been showing you one part of A for the Suriname and one part of B for the Suriname, and you know that you complete 3 parts of A and 2 parts of B as your dynamic flow warm-up before that we hit our focus for that week. However, now you should be able to commit to memory what part A consists of and what part B consists of. So I'm going to skip this part and we're going to go straight to the flow. So after you've completed your 5 rounds, you're joining me at the front of the mat. So from the front of the mat, you've finished your 5th round, which is your second part of B. You finished in Utkatasana, you're standing. From this position, either step or jump your feet hip width apart. Today's focus on flow is going to be hamstring and hip mobility. And we know that last week we really focused on unlocking your spine. Today is going to be really about the muscles that get tight in the back of the legs and the hips. And we also have some balance challenges. So hands on hips to begin, breathing in to lengthen the spine. And it's making sure that we choose to knee bend at the point that we want to round the back. So inhaling for the first posture, exhaling, pushing your hips back. Inhaling, exhaling, pushing your hips back. And as soon as you start to feel that you're rounding your spine, you can take a soft knee bend to get what we call the yoga toe hook. So 2 first fingers and the thumb create the hook inside the big toe. You seal the toe with the 2 fingers and the thumb over the top allows us to use our upper body strength in Ashtanga to pull ourselves deeper and more powerfully into the posture. So hook both fingers and the thumb over the big toe. Take a preparation breath in. You might be bending your knees more in this position to hook the big toes, and that's completely fine, as much as is required for you. Draw the belly in, take a preparation breath, crown of head to floor, and you're going towards the ground. So the elbows go out to the side, and the crown of the head is going to the floor. That's the intention of the posture. So deep breath in, deep breath out. You're taking 5 standing breaths here. Aim to create contact with the rib cage on the thighs. And remember, bending the knees, as is applicable to you, is completely fine. 1 more breath. And if you're at your maximum, you're going to stay. Otherwise, lift the soles of the feet and you're standing on the hands for Padangusthasana. You need to get your big toe up to your wrist in this posture. So again, bending the knees as much as you need to get there. Take a deep breath in and breathe out again. 5 rounds of breath. This is fantastic for unloading the hands and the wrists as well. We often lose wrist flexibility with desk work. Final breath, unhook the palms, place the hands on the hips, brace the abdominals as you lift and unroll through your spine slowly. Stepping the feet together. As an eraser, we reset the posture in between. You're stepping your right foot wide to be turning to the long edge of the mat, and your right foot turns out 90 degrees. Your feet are a good meter apart. We're ready for Utthita Trikonasana, which is your triangle posture. Kick your hips out to the left, extend your side body long, and then revolve. If you can get the big toe, get the big toe. You might need to just bend your knee in this position and then negotiate with the knee. You're going to try and lock it back in position as much as you can. But for now, if you need to place the palm as an alternative inside, we want to not lean on our leg, but we want to use our abdominal and our body strength to be going up. And that's the intention of this posture. We're going up, so we lengthen the spine here. So 5 breaths in this posture. Tuck your left tailbone underneath you and you're looking up. Imagine your body is sandwiched between 2 planes of glass. Push into the outside blade of the left foot in this position and pull through this arm so you're really active and have balance. 1 more breath here. Looking down to the big toes to find your balance. Inhale to lift yourself up. Turn your right heel to 90. Turn your left foot towards the short edge of the other side of the mat. Kick your hips out to the right and extend your side body. You're getting the big toe if you can. Inhale for length. Exhale to revolve your triangle. So we inhale here, we exhale here. And we're tucking the right pelvis underneath us. And this is an incredible stretch for the QL muscle. This muscle gets really tight on the side of the lower back and it can impact our hip health. Stay with the closed mouth breath for 2 more. And you're looking down to your big toes to stand. Inhale to lift yourself up, and then you're revolving fully to the other side of the mat. Right hand is on the lower back in this position, and the left arm lifts nice and high. Inhale here for length and shorten your stance. Your back foot is 45 degrees. We exhale to revolve the same posture. Full posture, left hand places on the floor, little finger by your little toe. And then you extend your right arm up and back. We're squaring our hips, but we're looking up, we're revolving, we're looking up. Again, modification here is just to be slightly higher in the posture, but you need to engage your abdominals harder for balance. You're locking your right knee back. We're stretching the hamstring on the front leg. 1 more breath. Inhale to revolve. You're turning your full body around to the other side. Left hand is on the lower back and right hand is high. Inhale for length. Exhale as you're coming forwards. Inhale to turn. You're looking up to your left hand. Actively press the right hand into the floor. You're going up. You're looking up. You're drawing strength through the body in this position. One more breath here. Inhale to stand. Exhale to step to the top of the mat. Parsvakonasana. We're going to interlace the palms together. They come into a reverse prayer position. So the palms are down beside the shoulder blades and we're rolling the fingertips together. Any shoulder injuries here, it might be quite apt for you just to clasp at the forearms. Stepping the right foot, you're turning to the short edge of the mat. Inhaling for length and exhaling to come down. Inhaling length through the rib cage, exhaling to come down. Full posture, we're looking for chin towards shin. So chest comes down, but this is less about the forward fold in the front leg and more about maintaining as much length as we can through our spine. So you might be through the middle ground. Press the big toe into the floor on the right foot for stability. Press back into the left heel. Inhale to stand, turning your feet, keep your hands where they are. You might be in reverse prayer. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So we're taking 5 full breaths at the full range. Keeping the breath long, smooth and relatively free. And learning just where we need to relax in the face. Inhale to lift the chest. Transition always with the arms wide and then step to the top of the mat. From this position here, we're going to take a vinyasa to reset. It's like an eraser. So 1 round of part A. Inhale to lift the arms, look up. Exhale to forward fold, hands to floor. Inhale to lengthen, place the hands, you step or you float back, you know where to go. Either knees, chest, chin or chaturanga dandasana, upward facing dog or cobra at any point. Downward facing dog pushes you back here. We're jumping forwards between our hands, so bend your knees. Either step or jump to the top of the mat, legs straight. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to stand, arms, eyes, chest lift. And then we have a hip opening and balance challenge next. So in this position, move back slightly to make a little bit of space. Bend your left knee for stability, and we're moving towards opening and stretching the right hip. Hook your right foot on top of your left knee and open the knee to 90 degrees. And you're bringing your hands to your heart center, thumbs pressed to the sternum. Square the hips to the floor and then sit as low as you can in this posture, so we're engaging strength and balance. This is the first port of call. You may even just stay here. From this position, if it feels good for you, you're lowering your chest, and you're bringing your palms towards the ground, maybe for a balance challenge. Now you're going to use the toe hook. The right foot is going to hook onto the top of the left shoulder, and the weight is going to maybe just shift forwards for flying pigeon. So the belly draws up. We draw the belly in and then we kick the left heel towards the butt. So we're balancing. Breath here for a couple. And then you're lowering yourself out the same way that you came in. So left foot lands. Draw the breath in, work your way up through the body. Safely dismount the knee and land the foot. Try the left side. Pick up the left foot, flex the ankle. This keeps the knee safe from twisting. And then bring the foot on top of the knee. Open the hips here, push the butt back and down, and bring your hands to your heart center. Keeping the spine long in this position is really crucial. Focus your eye gaze point straight ahead. And if you know it's accessible to you, you're lowering towards the floor again. So the hands may find the ground, and you might be able to see better on this side the position of the toe hook on my shoulder. So the left toe is going to go to the outside of the right shoulder. Grip the ground, hook the toe in, place the left elbow on the shin, shift the weight forwards, and then the belly draws up and in for flying pigeon. Grip with the pads of the fingers, keep the breath in the body, land the same way that you came out, bend the knees, standing, standing, dismount. Feet together. So from here, just turn to the front if you need to see me. You can always stay facing your long edge of your mat. Standing balance work for hamstring flexibility. So left hand is on hip and right hand comes forwards. We maybe start just by picking up the knee in this position and lifting the chest really high. And then slowly but surely we can work to getting the toe hook on the big toe. The leg doesn't have to straighten, but we gotta stand really tall and keep the standing leg straight. So kick the heel forwards. Kick the heel forwards. Chest goes up. Roll shoulder back in this position. Press the heel forwards. The energy is going out through the foot. We're taking 5 standing breaths here. Inhale after the 5th. Exhale, open to the side. We roll the bottom hip underneath us. Challenge here, looking straight forwards, or if you can, you're looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, come center. Exhale, aiming to kiss your knee. Inhale, you balance, and then you extend the leg for 5 breaths. So hold the isometric strength. Point the toes, squeeze the thigh. Leg will want to drop, just have the intention of lifting, and then land the foot. Well done. We try the other side. Pick up the knee to begin, and you may just be holding the knee throughout. This is great stability training for the glutes. We need the strength as much as the flexibility. Reach over the top of the big toe perhaps. Create the toe hook. Then kick the left heel forwards. Eventually over time the leg will go straight. So we draw our left shoulder back in towards our socket. Breathe in to lift the chest. After you've taken 5 breaths here, we open to the side. Roll the left hip underneath us. And then we're looking over the right shoulder if we can. Breathing in, come center. Breathing out, you might even just be rounding your spine, touching nose towards knee. Then extend for 5 breath counts. So 1, 2, you're reaching up, you're going up. Toes are pointing, you're lengthening the leg. And then lower. Well done, we're working our way towards the floor. So come to the top of the mat. Inhale to vinyasa to the ground. Exhale here, hands forward fold. Lengthen half. Place the hands down, step back. We know that we do the vinyasa, the chaturanga, in between the postures and the transitions to keep the heat into the body. Best way to come to sit now. Take your right foot to your left wrist, cross your left leg under you and sit down. Extend the legs out straight in front of you. So we're in seated posture for the first time, so move the sit bones back. Legs are straight and strong. Find a gap between your heels and the ground, toes up. Palms placed down. Seated Dandasana. Lift the rib cage up, tuck the chin down. Brace the belly here. So now we're creating the bandhas all the way through the body, the 3 bandhas. Pelvic floor, the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, the deep abdominal muscles, then the Jalarana Bandha, which is the throat lock. Inhale for preparation of forward fold. For Paschimottanasana, fold forwards and you get 2 fingers on the big toe in this position. Again, if we're tight in our hamstrings, we can bend our knees but focus on length through the spine. This is more important than rounding to come forwards. Deep preparation breath. Exhale, elbows go out to the side and you're going your head towards your toes. Quite often we want to close our eyes here in this position, so keep eye open practice. And you look into the big toes. So breathing in, breathing out. Deep stretching for the back of the body. One more breath. From here, if strength is your port of call and you want to continue to take a vinyasa between every single side or every single pose, you can. If you would like to wait for me after this, please feel free to rest and join on the next pose. Cross the right leg in front, place the hands on the floor, step back left, right. Remember, knees, chest, chin is the alternative. Inhale, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And right foot comes to left wrist again to sit down. And we're moving to Janushirasana. So left leg is straight and you bend your right knee, bringing the heel or the sole of the foot in towards the groin, knee comes down. Chest squares up. Inhale, preparation. Exhale, now the full posture, left wrist, it will slide past the left foot. And then you grab with the right hand. Anywhere on the leg is also applicable, so it might be the calf, the foot to begin with, breathing in. Or you may even just be perhaps using a towel or a strap that we talked about in the introduction. So left wrist goes past, right hand grabs on. Deep breath for 5. So Janushirasana, this stretch is also incredible for the QL muscle on the side of the lower back and the hip, because this knee is having to externally rotate to the side. Keeping the shoulders just away from the ears so we try not to hunch too much. After you've taken this, you may choose to vinyasa. If you vinyasa, you're going to vinyasa between every single side. Something I also talked about in the introduction was the float back. So in the float back, we need to make sure that we try and scoop the knees up towards the chest to create a little ball of energy with our body. So you press the hands on the floor, you scoop the knees up towards the chest so that you can float. The body levitates, then we shoot the legs back to Chaturanga Dandasana, and then upward facing dog. Right foot to left wrist to sit down. Janushirasana on the other side. So left heel folds in, we roll the right hip back to move it out the way, it helps. Breath in, right hand goes past. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. 5 breaths. Choosing to vinyasa or not to vinyasa is your choice now. So you know where to go. If float back is a work in progress, and it certainly is, took me a long time, You fold the knees in, you walk across, you step back. First point of call. We can all do this, yeah? Push back, downward facing dog. Coming to sit, right foot always gestures first towards the left wrist, cross the left leg underneath you. And then moving towards the front of the room for the last couple of stretches today, which is a modified half lotus. So left heel goes under and right foot either places in front cross-legged on calf as the halfway measure, or it may hook on top of the knee fully. You need to try and make sure that you level the sit bones down equally and that the knee doesn't pop up really high. If it does, just take it somewhere lower. Flex the foot, knee comes down, deep breath in through the body, breathing out, bringing rib cage forwards towards the thighs, lowering the head, lowering the neck, taking 5 breaths here. So untangle right on top and recross with the left. Once more, generally we can be better on one side than the other, it's quite normal. No one's a plumb line, often we have one tighter hip or hamstring. So remember to flex the feet nice and strong, deep breath in, deep breath out to bring you forwards into the posture. Slow, full breath here. Still keeping the eyes open, but the eye gaze is very soft now. We find a focal point on the floor. Great, last posture for today's flow. Move your feet to about 120 degrees. This is Upavishta Konasana, which is a wide leg forward fold. Often we get quite locked up through the adductors and the inner thighs. So sitting upright here in this position is often even just challenging to move the sit bones back and actually tip the pelvis forwards. It's going to be important to keep the feet active and so that the feet don't kind of fall inwards as we move forwards. We keep them rotated outwards, okay? So deep breath in, you're coming forwards. You might even just start placing your hands towards the floor. If you can flatten your back and your feet, the outside blades of your feet are within your reach, you could take them. Take a deep preparation breath with the rib cage, and then you're coming forwards, yeah? So the crown of the head is going forwards. We're lengthening forwards with the rib cage. The chest is coming forwards. The hips are going back. Deep, deep inner thigh release. Fantastic to unload the hamstrings and the hips. Taking one more breath here. Lifting the chest, and then just for a little bit of fun, you're going to see whether you can catch your feet. So this is part B of Upavishta Konasana. Ideally, eventually one day you're going to catch both feet at the same time. All right? But slowly but surely you might be working your way in. So you might grab the outside of the feet, and then slowly but time you're going to just be working on extending the legs straight. All right, eventually they will go completely straight. Take a couple of breaths here. Keep lifting the chest, keep lifting the chest, keep lifting the chest. You're lifting the chest up, crown of the head up, extending, extending. Great, and we're going to take one more vinyasa from here. So you could even just cross your legs. And if you're on the top of your mat, you might float back from here or step back. So left and right, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. And then we're going to lower our knees to the floor and finish restorative, coming to happy baby posture. So laying down, looking for the inside blades of the feet. Hook the fingers over. Draw the tailbone back towards the ground. Imagine you're standing on the ceiling, so your heels press up and your knees pull down. 2 more restorative breaths here. landing your feet, maybe roll to the right hand side, push yourself up to sit when you're ready. And it's the end of week 4. I will see you next time.